There are places that don't immediately feel unusual. Nothing dramatic stands out at first, but something in the atmosphere feels slightly off, like the world has slowed down without announcing it. It could be a small island far from major cities where life continues in a simple rhythm. Nothing about it is impossible or strange on the surface, but the feeling it gives is different, like it belongs to another version of time. In cities, time always feels active. Everything pushes you forward. Traffic, notifications, people, noise, constant movement. Even when you stop, the world doesn't. But on some isolated islands, that pressure feels reduced. Life still exists in a normal way. People wake up, work, return home, repeat their routines. Nothing is missing, yet the urgency feels absent. You start noticing details you usually ignore. Empty roads that stay quiet longer than expected. The sound of wind becoming more noticeable than the human activity. Waves repeating the same motion without interruption. At first, it feels like nothing is happening, but after a while, your perception changes. The stillness starts to feel normal instead of empty. Modern life is built around speed. Everything demands attention. Even rest is often interrupted. We move from one task to another without realizing how little space we leave between moments. On these islands, that constant pressure doesn't exist in the same way. There is no rush in the environment itself, and that absence slowly reveals how used we have become to urgency without noticing it. Time isn't actually stopped here. Days still passes, weather still changes, life continues exactly as it should. But what changes is how it feels. Moments feel longer, the space feels wider, not because anything has physically changed, but because nothing is forcing you to move faster. And that shift is what makes these places feel unusual. Not their appearance, but their pace. We are so adjusted to constant movement that anything slower feels unfamiliar. Even silence starts to feel noticeable. If you stay in a place like this long enough, something subtle happens. You stop measuring everything by urgency. You begin to exist in moments instead of rushing through them. And that raises a simple question. Was life always this fast? Or did we slowly forget what slower living feels like? Out here, nothing demands your attention. There is no pressure to keep up with anything invisible, and yet everything continues to exist in its own quiet rhythm. It becomes clear that not every place is designed to feel the same. Some places seem to exist with a different relationship to time, not frozen, just unhurried. And when you eventually leave, what stays with you is not the scenery itself, but the feeling it created. The feeling of time not chasing you for once. And that feeling tends to stay longer than the place itself.